Y'all just be shaking ass, huh? Y'all just be shaking ass, huh? Hi, good morning. Good morning, babies. Good morning. It's a vibe for real. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Good morning, my loves. Good morning. Fief, congratulations on redeeming first. Triper, congratulations on redeeming kind of first. Why can't I say congratulations? My God. Aline, welcome in. Fief, welcome in. Audrey, welcome in. Parker, welcome in. Welcome in.
Hi, baby.
Hi, my love. Hi, my love, Shania. Thank you so much for the 30 months at tier 2, baby. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good morning. How you doing, Shania? All I know is speed. Ka-chow. All right, Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueef. Hi, Brandon. Lightning McQueef. Ka-chow. Kablow. Ka-queef. Lightning McQueef. That's so funny. I got an ice cap and I'm ready for the day. Love that for you. I hope you're enjoying your ice cap. A lot of sugar in that bad boy. Guys, if you guys don't know, this week is a boycott week for a strike for Palestine. We have this going to be present for the foreseeable future, like post week and everything else. When you use this command, you will see a lot of resources for Palestine, including ones for the boycott, etc., etc. Thank you, Adni. Resources made by Em and Emily, another educational resources and how to participate in the strike. Me personally, I am choosing to not buy anything, and just cook at home for the foreseeable future. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be trying to do. So, as aforementioned, I am having yogurt and berries for breakfast. Yogurt and berries. Very good. And quick. And easy. The easier it is, the happier I am, personally. What is this song? Oh my god! It's JJK. Hi, Terry, baby. Welcome in. Welcome in, my love. Gotta get it. I don't want to play this song right now. I don't want to get depressed. Welcome in, Turvy, my love. Welcome in, Turvy. I love this sweater, guys. I've noticed that I keep wearing the same fucking sweaters in rotation. Mrs. Baggies, welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Here you go. Here are all the rules, everything like that. Welcome in, love. Welcome in. What's it called? I was saying something important. I forgot. Oh yeah. I wear the fucking same sweaters over and over like a blunt rotation. Like it's actually fucking hilarious. I should really like diversify my wardrobe for stream. Like I have multiple other things to wear. I have an insane amount of things I could wear, but I want to be comfy if I'm sitting for hours. You know? It's like wearing jeans like for 5 hours. Like who does that? Like who wants to do that? Like why would I want to do that? 6 crew necks and hoodies on rotation in winter. Turvy, fucking same, but also in summer. This is my Chad face. Do you enjoy it? Thank you. But, I don't know. I'm very tired these days. Just very tired. Very eepy. But I'm not drinking any more coffee. To be honest, you guys. Because 1, it's bad for you. Number 2, it make me sleepy later night. Thank you. No, with no AC. Oh my god, no, Turvy. That's fucking ass. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That makes so much sense. Okay. No, I think I would roast in my apartment because it's like sun facing. In the summer, I would die. Like I would actually die. Drago, stop. Drago, every time he comes in chat, it's like something new. Something new. I would perish with no AC. Literally, like Even in the winter, we keep our apartment, like, we turn off the heat and then we open the windows because we like the cold. I like the winter because it means less utility bills because I have natural AC. It's called the window. I would simply implode. Well, no, I don't take caffeine. You're not supposed to be drinking coffee if you are taking like ADHD meds because it like makes you like really anxious. I also this morning had a consultation with a new trauma therapist. That's fun. I'd have to go in person, which I think is better for trauma therapy because the last time I did it, it was like way too overwhelming, I think, for me. Like way too overwhelming. Like I think oh no, I was like untouchable for like a whole like few days after a trauma therapy session. I perished a few times. The low cost rent for a 2-bedroom in GTA is too good. Oh, that makes sense, Turby. Honestly, you should just buy a portable AC. Like you could buy those. Obviously, don't go for the Dyson route. That's crazy expensive. But like you can get one of those like air conditioning ones. No worries, Rudy. Thank you so much for the lurk, baby. To me when I come in and witness it. Stop. I cry. This song used to be my Right Here So High by Doja Cat. This used to be my running song. When I was a kid. Dyson is bougie. صباح الخير حبيبي. صباح النور. Hi Dami قلبي. How are you? Dami surprises me every day with a new word. Has their hair dryer. Bougie. It's that Nile FM. Nah, Nagoom FM. Damn. Do you actually listen to Nile FM? Wallah. Say wallahi. Say wallahi right now. I'll actually lose my shit. And how the fuck do you get access to Nile FM? Wallahi. Oh my god, no fucking. How the fuck do you get it? You like listen to it online? How the fuck do you do that? Oh yeah, this is Nile FM right now. Oh, what did I do? What? Pick my nose. Go on my phone. You'd be surprised about why this random man on this Egyptian live broadcast has a British accent, right? Wallahi, I know. They hire the white people for this. I'm not kidding. No, I think it's so funny that we hire white people for this. My man's got the British accent of a lifetime. British! He's got a nice radio voice though, I can't lie. I didn't know you can listen to that online. That's actually kind of sick. That's actually sick. I didn't fucking know that. That's actually awesome. Oh. Headbang it, baby. Give me so high. Are you still at the family house? Yes, I will be leaving tomorrow, actually. I'm leaving tomorrow and setting up my new quote-unquote stream room, which I am very stressed about. And then the next week, I think I'm going to create like a little small fundraiser so that you guys maybe can help me decorate it because it's ugly. We're going to turn the bedroom into a stream room and then change the apartment into like a studio vibe. Yeah. Room check. I don't got that. We changed that. Oddly, I removed Stream Elements as a bot, unfortunately. No more room check. We have to fund your original GoFundMe. Not my GoFundMe, please. We're not doing that. The fact that it was even a thing is beyond me. I don't know why. I hate y'all. I hate you guys. Tashawn really fucked me there. Tashawn Holness made a fucking GoFundMe to make a better game because I was struggling with God of War. You will have 100% slay room. Oh my god, stop. I'm running a creative scholarship for BHM. It's not limited to black people. You should enter. It could help out with funds for stream room. Really? Oh my god, yeah, Dami, DM it to me. Yeah, for sure. DM it to me. Does it matter that I live in Canada? Does it matter that I live in Canada? That'd be awesome. That would actually be awesome. It does not. As long as you have access to PayPal, you're good. I have access to PayPal. I do. Yeah, send it to me. DM it to me on Discord. I think you have me as a friend, right, Dami? If not, we can fix that. Here, this is my Discord username is just Faroh TTV. Because somebody took Faroh. Which I think is like homophobic, but it's fine. It is whatever. Like, who the fuck had Faroh before me? Like, fuck you, Loki. Like, what if somebody just got it on purpose to like spite me? Fuck them. Fuck these people, man. Fuck these people. I'm spiteful. Honestly, the nerve. Genuinely. No, but seriously. Thank you, Dami. I add. Just sent a request. I sent you. Thank you. I accepted. When your name's not available. I know, Turfy. I literally asked somebody on Instagram if I could have the username Faroh, and she's like, how much are you willing to pay? And I was like, I'm poor, so not much. So yeah. Yesterday I had to go to my dentist to get a root canal. Like they had to fix it over there, and then they had to like mold the tooth to be ready for a crown, because the tooth pain that I was exhibiting was because I hurt my unprotected root canal. I love my life. I mean, respect the hustle. I can't respect it. I don't want to deal with that. All my homies hate root canals. No, seriously, it was awful. I was just like, the best part is that fucking clinic are the reason I have a root canal. It's because she struggled. This fucking older, like this other, like my older, like dentist, she was dealing with the tooth at the top back and the left. Dude, guys, she caused me a root canal because she dug too deep in my cavity. She killed my tooth. And I don't have the money to sue, because I was too busy paying for the root canal treatment, of course. So. I love life. Oh, wow. Love life. I love life. Life is good. Insert future. Life is good. Fuck my life. It's okay. We do it. Live, laugh, love, lose a tooth. Live, laugh, lose a tooth. So true. I like how this shows up and you can't tell which numbers I'm pressing. I enjoy that. Also, this password means nothing unless you're physically here trying to steal my PlayStation. I was really struggling there, you notice? I'm gonna move the face cam the other side, because I'm looking that way a lot. Actually, no, I'm not. That's bullshit. Is chat in the house with Farah? I mean, not right now. Unless you are, in which case I will call the authorities. Also, guys, I actually got a cool new tool for us, which is pretty nifty. Can you guys want to see? Hi, Andrew.
Now, as much as I would
Wait,
love
not
to
right now. Shut
visit,
up. Wait. Just shut up for a second. Look. I got like a cool roulette. Okay, wait. Browser. Look at that. So we have to hit 20 points. AKA, a follow counts as 1 point. Okay. A follow counts as 1 point. Okay. Tier 2 and tier 3 subs will count for 2 times or 3 times the points, etc., etc. 100 bits also count as 1 point. Look at that. And then we get a cute roulette. Is that fucking cool? Is that fucking cool? I'm gonna put that in my alert section and I'm just gonna hide it for now. Isn't that cool? I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. I think it'll also help with like pushing for partner plus. Yeah. Yeah. At 20 points, I could wear a hat. Oh, no. I mean, like, no. Like, 20 points, I wear a hat. No, baby, no. There's a roulette at the end of the day. Please. No, absolutely not. I'm not stupid. Here, let me show you. Yeah, I'm trying to push for partner plus. Like, really hard, actually. Hey, look. Like, I could be like that. Like, chat names a stream or stuff like that. Etc., etc. Or, like, another time. It could be, like... Okay, obviously, drink water is a stupid one. I'm going to change that later. I think I'm just going to take a shot. Karaoke time for a bit. That would be fun, no? That'd be fun. I think it would be fun. Imagine wear a hat. Absolutely not. What do you think I am? Who do you think I am? Oh, sorry.
Something else to
A
do
human.
for the
Hey, did you know a helmet is a hat?
If you run
Triper,
into any trouble,
the fact that
just
I'm being
scream
teased
so
for
I
this
know
when you
where to
weren't
find
even
you.
here for this lore is crazy. Heimdall needs to shut the fuck up.
He's such an asshole.
You're so right, queen.
Let's find that mask piece.
Let me expand this window as much as I can. Nice. A helmet is a large hat, is it though? I'm immensely sad I missed the original. Why would you be? Wallahi, you don't need to be. I swear to God, that was more so like
Finally, I can test
like
my
dealing
skills
with a
alongside
massive
real
like.
Valkyrie expert.
First off,
It was hell. It was hell.
compared to Valkyries.
That's literally the lore of that one emote. That one emote. The only reason it has a helmet is because of that fucker.
I thought you didn't believe me.
That man changed me. I also recently found out that some people have armpit kinks. Yep. I feel very unsafe in today's society.
Hellwalkers, here's your chance.
Where? Got me forgetting how to play for a second. Damn, she uses Odin's ravens? That's quite cool.
For the record, I believe he fought the Valkyries.
Isn't there basically
I
a
just
king
don't
for
believe it
everything?
was
I mean,
grandfather
yes,
who
but
corrupted
still,
them,
that's like
or that he
fucking
caused the desolation in Midgard, or that he had
weird.
giant
Like,
killed. Am I
stop.
missing anything?
Ew.
Lots,
I will be wearing long
actually.
sleeve shirts for the foreseeable future. I went to What's that? What does that mean? Like, is it a fest for magazines?
More Hellwalkers! I got this!
What? I'm just supposed to watch? No way.
I mean, if she wants to watch, I mean, you can do it if you want. I'll sit here.
Wow, this is really good.
I don't like fighting with Atreus! Really? Did he just aim lower? It's a gaming confection, but with music. Oh,
Well,
really? That's
One
really
of their
cool.
heinous crimes is my grandfather committed.
That's really cool.
He decimated
So what
Anaheim,
soundtrack do you
tortured
prefer?
Tyr, murdered Groa, murdered Ymir. Goes on and on.
Interesting. And where'd you hear all this?
Freya and Mimir told me.
Oh, so his traitorous ex-wife and a bitter former advisor. Got it.
Look, you don't believe me, but
No, I don't. Either you're full of crap or you're a hypocrite for helping him. Can we just focus on the mission?
She needs to chill the fuck out with her attitude. I'm about to lose it on her. Like, dude, your father, your grandpa is kind of a dick. Okay, your grandfather literally faked being the spouse of other people just so he could rape them. Like, fuck off with your, like, attitude. Like, I don't like you. Yeah, turning down from a 10 to a 6 for real. Fucking dude. Like, she needs to chill. Yeah, hypocrite.
This is where the mask said to go?
Well,
Let's
yes.
double back. We'll find a way around. See? More Hellwalkers. That means we're headed the right way.
Is that what that means?
Funky Lee!
Die, ho. Oh, is there more? I love actually having a capable partner in this game. It's awesome. I love my little swordie. I forgot what swordie was called. Yeah, go swordie, go. Where did this fucker come from? She's just like daddy for real using thunder. Wow!
You want some of that?
She's actually really good.
Well, there's a big hole up there now. Could be our
I
way
got
around.
this.
Yeah, he's got this.
Uh-huh, sure you do.
Yeah, go queen.
Hey, we're okay, right?
I guess. Maybe our families are just meant to be enemies.
Well, not us. I don't believe that.
He's sweet for that. You want to climb it or? Queen, you want to help me? There you go.
What I do believe is that you'll make a great Valkyrie. I'll tell your mom the same thing. Even if she scares the
Aw.
life out of me.
That means
Aww.
now we have a masterpiece to find.
They're cute. I like them together. Weirdly. But I prefer him with Angerboda. Even though she's a little... I don't know, she's like not emotionally aware of her like stance. I don't know. She just takes it out on him. I find that kind of odd.
No way through up here either. Now what?
I'm not sure. But my gut's telling me what we need is here.
What the fuck? It's literally green. What's the issue here, buddy? Why won't blow up? It's literally green!
How about the grates up there? There's some weird metal plates on them.
It's soundstone. Why didn't I see that?
Didn't think I was all muscle, did you?
Hello? Why isn't it working? Guys, is it glitched or something? Oh, I have to use R2. I'm actually stupid. I'm actually stupid. I'm actually dumb. Wallahi, I'm stupid. Oh my god, I'm actually fucking stupid. No, I'm stupid. Wallahi, I'm stupid. Like, I'm alarmed.
Fell through the floor.
Hi, Grey
Could
Baby.
be our way up. Let's head back down and find out.
Can we get a shout out for Grey, please? Oh, really, bro? Hi, Grey Baby. Welcome in. Wee. Okay. Okay. Why is she pushing?
Now we go right.
Into a group of hellwalkers. Let's get them. Oh, you can turn into a wolf?
Yas, queen. Of course, baby. Welcome in.
Careful, Loki!
Die, ho. Where did homegirl go? Electrify this hoe. Hi, whack, baby.
You want some of this?
Yeah, die, ho.
Very creepy.
Yeah, key off her. Or whatever. Key off of this dick.
Looks like there's more soundstone on the grate.
Yes, I know.
You got this?
Can you not?
Let's
Can
go.
you not? Can you actually not? Like, I know what I'm doing. I hate when they tell me what to do. I hate that shit. That shit angers me. Big Angie. Seriously.
And this way's blocked too.
What's the mask say?
So, the mask's pull is a little weird with all these buildings in the way, but I think we're going the right way.
You think?
Her. Don't die. Yeah, we'll do. Hopefully. Here's to hoping. Once again, I shall lower the brightness of this light. For it is blinding. Oh, awesome. Fuck! They're so
We got
creepy.
company.
They're so creepy.
Nightmare!
Fairy, you look so good in Stop. Stop flirting with me.
Careful, Loki!
I'm trying to be queen. I'm trying to be genuinely.
Deco boy!
It's dumb.
Wait, so this way?
But thank you.
Sure.
Are you messing with me?
No, I'm trying to look at this fucking chest,
I need this
bitch.
to go well. I need my family to see what I can do.
These
I know,
things
we
run
both do.
like toddlers. Stop, because they're kids. They're children. Whack. You evil person.
Mask?
Looks like it's through here.
Return the slab. Where are their
Let me get
parents?
that
I don't know.
timer.
Trying to fight Ragnarok.
Okay, this
Great. How do you feel about the fact that we murdered Baldur last
See
game?
anything in there?
Hi, Johnny. Yup.
There.
Nice. Whatever you shot crashed through the floor.
Stop.
Let's head back and check it out. So, I talk about my mom a lot. What's your dad like?
He's...
Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's
Time
time
to stop.
intense. Like he's trying to force me into this mold. But I'm not sure that's me.
Oof.
Okay,
Well, I know
angsty
exactly
boy.
what that's like.
Thing is, I don't know what I want. I love that you do.
You'll figure it out.
Who are your parents, Kratos? Where are your parents, Ragnarok? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. Okay, and it's time to stop. Stop me. Where am I going, actually? I don't know. Babes, where am I going? Oh. Bismillah.
Okay, that's a big one.
Am I the one doing the birds? Hi, Pray. Okay. No, we obliterated that. There's another one!
Come on, Loki, try to keep up.
Wallahi, I'm trying this. Yeah, I'm new going to. Trace is so OP right now. Hi ho. Who's coming for me? Hi, buddy.
Wow. The rush. Does it ever go away?
No, it doesn't.
Mom's gonna have a real tough time keeping me in Asgard after this.
Well, at least she knows it. If they're kids, why are they... He's not bald! Where did you get bald? He just doesn't know how to style his hair right. Bald and Pray, no worries, baby. Love you, love you. The blue
Which
guy...
way?
Oh, those are not
The mask
kids.
showed it was straight ahead earlier. Of
The blue
course it
guys
was
are not
Bob.
kids. Oh, the
Maybe
blue
they're
guys are
trying to
like
keep
frozen
people
people.
out.
Bad
Or
people.
something in. I bet there's another way around. There always is. Sweet.
So, how'd you know you wanted to
Welcome
be
in.
about
Thank you for
there?
the follow.
I didn't always. After a bad fight with Mom, I snuck out and found them training. Somehow, every movement they made had such purpose, like they knew exactly
Hi,
what
welcome
it
in.
needed to be.
Nearly forgot the coin.
And
Could
in that
never.
moment, so did I. So, where to now?
It's this way. How do I move this? Hi, Sheik. Welcome in, my love. And thank you for the hype, J. Draco. How's everybody feeling? I'm definitely feeling something. Let me tell you that. What the fuck? That's weird.
His eyes gaze upon me,
Aw,
and then
Joe,
my
thank
allegiance
you.
is recognized. I don't know. Notice me, senpai.
you, what the heck?
Notice me.
You just got here. Thank you for the 100 biddies. What the hell? Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, I'm trying to equip the mask, bitch. I'm telling you. But I can't get there. So, like, can you help me pull it or some shit? Oh my god, she's so insufferable. I'm actually gonna lose it. Queen, can you, like, pull this or what? Must be missing something here. Like, I'm aware that it's this way. Like, I get it. Is there something here? Can't go back up there. Wallahi! يا دين أمي.
Looks like it's through
There
here.
you go. No, now you want to say it? Now? Fuck. No, I swear sometimes the glitches are very annoying.
So training gave me...
Too heavy?
Shut up. Something's blocking it.
I'll take a look. But I want to hear the rest.
Deal.
Not bad.
There you go, Queen. Mood, I just got done with online culinary
saying,
chem class.
Seeing the
Wait, like
Valkyrie
gastronomy?
fight, all strength
So cool.
and style, no apologies. It gave me clarity. For the first time, I saw my path forward. Wednesday.
Too bad giants have to follow prophecy.
Who
Yeah.
cares? Make your own path, just like we've been doing here.
Do giants have to fulfill prophecy genuinely? Like, is that actually necessary? There's a whole fucking boat over here.
Now let's see.
What's in here? Holy shit, dude, we are getting rich. Look at our fucking stonks. Hi, Queen. Can you open it for me? Ooh.
Step aside, little man.
Hey, don't be rude.
This one's stuck too! But I feel it weakening.
Oh,
Got it.
Sure looks like it.
that was easy.
Bring it on!
Yeah, fuck. How cool that we can deploy these birds. Ravens, aren't those Odin's ravens, dude? How the fuck are we doing that? Fuck your mom.
Not
Oh,
bad.
it's part of chem class, which I've
Guess you
taken
make a
and
good
learning
team.
about food. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Where to now?
That's actually so interesting, Sheik. Wow. Okay. I was thinking like culinary, like as in like gastronomy and shit. Because it genuinely sounded like that. Like you're about to be like a culinary genius. Like, yes, chef looking off.
I wish we could get past that stupid crate.
I mean, you can fucking move it. Like, God. Like, girl.
Looks like it's through here. But it's blocked.
Yeah, don't say! Is there anything holding this up? Girlie, you want to move this or?
What if I move?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yep, thank
Aha!
you.
Can you get up there? See if you can find a way to cut the crate down on the other side. I'll wait here. I don't have a fancy way up like you do.
Got it.
I'm sorry, you've just got the power of fucking thunder.
Ingrid, was I too rude about her grandfather? She should know the truth, right?
Yeah, her grandfather's a cunt.
Yeah,
You're right.
guess so.
Hey, you talking to me?
No. Just talking to Ingrid.
Okay. I'm waiting.
See, if you die, you die method? No, unfortunately not. No. Sad. So sad, but unfortunately not these days, Whack. Yeah, we gotta be a little safer these days.
Let's see.
How have you
Can I
guys
get a
been
better
this
view
week?
of that crate?
What is he saying? What crate? What is he talking about? car. Oh, there's another one. Hello, that should get through there, buddy. Oh, there's one over there too. Okay, what was I saying? What did he say? He said move what crate? It's food now. How safe could it be? No. I'd be a terrible yardstick for that method. Pretty sure I've eaten things no sane person would. Excuse me? Like fucking what, mate? Hi, Cora, baby. Happy Tuesday, my love. How you feeling, babes? Happy Tuesday, babes. Happy Tuesday. No, actually, what am I doing? Cora, this is once again a petition to get you to play this game. Thank you. Cora, I was typing your name and I accidentally wrote carp.
Let's see. Where can I get a better view of that crate?
Dog! What do you mean? Like literally what crate specifically? Eh? Eh? What? No, I'm confused. Somebody tell me the answer. Actually what? No, actually what? Yeah, carpe diem. That crate over there. Thanks, guys. You guys are so helpful. Thank you, Whack. Thank you, Johnny. Yep. You guys are such helpful people for me. Is there something through these holes or something? Like, what am I doing? Actually, I'm so confused. I'm actually confused. I don't know the answer. What crate, man?
Let's see. Where can I get a better view of that crate?
Wallahi. Wallahi, if you say that again, I'll lose it. What crate, Yabni? What crate? What crate, ya habibi? Oh! You did it! Yes.
Better get back.
No, that actually gave me a fright. That was actually very scary. No, that actually scared me. Hi, Navina, baby.
Fucking
Yaw, she says. Bitch went yaw. He turns into a wolf. He does. Hi, TT, baby. Welcome in. Dude, that gave me a big scare. That actually scared the shit out of me. Can we also get a shout out for Navina, please? Hi, Navina. That gave me the fright of a lifetime. That was so scary.
Open. Let's go.
That was scary.
Whoa.
I didn't like that.
The mask is freaking out. We must be close.
Take your meds. Take your meds. Bismillah. Bismillah.
Who's that?
I'm
Don't
scared.
look at me. You're the one who's been here before.
I'm scared. I'm scared. No, I'm
Nothing.
scared personally.
Doesn't
I'm
sound
scared.
like nothing.
I'd rather you not tell me that, please. I'm scared. Uni application, you got this, baby. Good luck. Good luck. Wishing you all the best and all the luck in the world.
Yep. We gotta get out of here.
The mask. We're so close. Besides, I don't think it's dangerous.
Are
Uni.
we looking at the same thing? Maybe. He's locked up for a good reason.
I can feel what he's feeling. It's a giant thing. Look, he just wants to be free. The peace must be behind him. Trust me.
All right. Let's
I'm
start with
sorry?
the lock not near its teeth.
I'm fucking sorry. It's so cute. Free this baby. The mask helps him lead him to the other parts of the mask. Whack.
There we go.
Heavy sleeper. Let's do the next.
Just gonna walk around here. A little scared personally. Break its nose, give it a little snooter booper. Is he gonna attack? I feel a bad vibe. Like I don't want to hurt this baby.
All right. There.
There
Oh,
was another one under his foot.
he's so cute. That's my leg. Habibi, we're trying to free you.
You're welcome, mangy mutt.
Let's look in the chamber he was guarding.
Habibi, wallahi, we're trying to save. Okay. But at least he's free. I'm happy with that. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Good, good. Baby's free. Baby's free to do what he please.
Please tell me it's down in the water or something.
There's... How? It's not responding anymore. This has never
But
happened.
you said trust you. And we let that thing loose. Grandfather's gonna kill me.
Is the
We
wolf
already got
actually
it.
just
Come
the
on.
mask? Is the wolf just the mask? Wait, who's Hell?
Through. Wait up.
So Hell is the
Maybe it's back here somewhere.
Through.
the wolfie?
Through. It's gonna be okay.
How can you say that? I shouldn't have listened to you.
Look, if I made a mistake, I'll fix it. I can find the piece.
So Hell is the little woofer? So what did Hell do? Why does he deserve to be caged up like this? Haram, give him a little snack bowl. The fuck?
You
Oh my god, he's doing tears.
absolute, unqualified moron.
He did like tears in the universe.
You know that thing tears holes between realms, right?
Well, no, I didn't actually.
Well, I suppose I should expect nothing less from half-breeds.
Don't call me a half...
I will call you whatever
Heimdall talks a lot of shit for a short motherfucker.
I like, Junior.
Leave him alone. It was a mistake.
No! The mistake was allowing you to think that you were ready. You helped him. What side are you on anyway, Guppy?
Guppy?
Try me and find out.
Oh. And what are
You just call me
You.
Guppy?
going to do exactly?
The fuck?
You see, everyone takes it easy on you because they are afraid of your father. I am not. That fat, drunken, utter piece of trash!
Thank you.
Hey!
Again!
Yes, yes, the dumb does not fall far from the tree. Very well, then. Give me your best shot.
It's because he can tell moves, dummy. He can, like, see the future.
You have a
Oh,
lot
actually, he's
to
cheating.
learn, little girl. Starting with who your family is and who it is not.
Yeah, she thinks her family's good.
A Valkyrie.
Oh. You really believed the Allfather would allow that to happen.
Honestly, Dami, I know nothing about Norse, but I know a lot about Greek.
Please do not let this little weasel feed your delusions any longer.
Right now we're in Norse, right? This is Norse.
So close.
Stop. Trying to literally, Dummy. Literally.
Yeah?
No, this is spit wax. Shut up.
Well, you
Hablas
toddlers
español,
are
my guy?
boring. If you are finished throwing your little tantrum, we should...
Heimdall looks like he'd be Greek.
Because I cannot wait to watch you explain this mess.
This looks like a Greek, like, family. I can't lie. They look Greek to me.
It's going to be glorious. Hugin!
Hey, Odin, we unleashed your big puppy.
Damn, he's not here. Let's check his study. Oh, boy, is he going to lose it.
Father will have my back.
After the Allfather sent him away sulking with his tail between his legs? Doubtful. And you, Loki of the Jotnar. I am haunted by your incompetence. It keeps me up at night.
Whatever.
No, seriously, I find the hues and shades of your shortcomings almost moving.
Oh my god, this guy's asking for a punch in the face. Like, I actually just want to punch him in the face.
Your uselessness, we could fuel this entire city.
Fine.
Oh my god,
It's
fuck
all
this
on me.
guy.
Just leave her out of it.
I don't need your help, Loki.
Sorry.
Save it for the Allfather.
Okay, bitch. I don't need this tood, okay? I don't need this tood. I'm getting so much tood right now. Alright? I don't need this much tood today. How about y'all chill the fuck out? Also, why is she carrying swords like that? That must be so annoying on her legs. Ingrid, are you gonna save me?
We
Ingrid, I'm
have
scared.
a lot to discuss.
Shut
Loki,
up,
I'll meet you in
Heimdall.
your room when I'm finished here. Shouldn't be long.
Okay.
My mission went quite well, Allfather. Secured the item we've discussed. The mask, on the other hand, well, they are merely children.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
The adults need to talk now, Loki. Run along and play.
God damn it. I thought I could, like...
Thanks a lot.
Shut up, bitch.
Rude.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay, yeah, no.
Everything was fine until you showed up.
I'll make it up to you. I swear.
Her attitude as well is fucking shite. Can I punch her in the face?
I don't really want to talk right now.
Okay, don't fucking talk then. You're in your attitude. Okay? Like, as if you didn't make a choice yourself. Like, what is the issue here?
I really
Hate
messed
people
up.
that blame other people.
It's
No
times
worries,
like this I
Adney.
really
Enjoy
miss
your life,
home.
baby.
Ingrid, did you have a home before you came here? Someone who took care of you? That sounds like a yes. Maybe I could help you find them without, you know, screwing it up. Sound like a plan?
Baby.
Huh. Nicely equipped. What needs work?
I could also do the Jotnar. Odin? Is he gonna kill me?
May I come in? I heard what Heimdall had to say. I'd like to hear it from you. What happened?
It wasn't there. I was wrong.
Well, we all make mistakes, son.
Don't call me son. Don't call me son. I don't like you. You make me
Queen's
uncomfortable.
arm. That was a big one. Chaos is already spilling out into the other realms. We're safe here in Asgard. But everywhere else...
I think I want to go home now.
Okay, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
I meant it when I said you're not a prisoner here. It's your choice. Go, clear your mind. I know you'll be back.
Okay, then let me go then.
But before you go, I'll need the mask back. It's not that I don't trust you, you understand? It's the company you keep.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, and Ingrid?
Why is Odin so scrawny?
To go.
My man's got arthritis. No, keep Ingrid. No! He doesn't want Ingrid. See, look at his face. He's being cold on purpose.
When you do decide you're ready to continue our work here, Hugin will be waiting for you in your old home. You screwed up. Doesn't change the fact that you're welcome here. Oh, and say hi to Mimir for me.
I want Ingrid. Ingrid didn't want to go. Bring Ingrid
Never thought I'd
back.
be so relieved to be back here. If you're staying, you might be waiting a while.
I heard that. Oh no, the birds are that little sound. That was actually my sword, Ingrid. Is the seal broken again?
Funky Lee!
Okay.
Better use the Mystic Gateway quick. Odin was right. Freeing Garm. How did I screw up so badly?
Was freeing Garm gonna prevent me from traveling?
Guess it's time to face him. No running away this time. Almost home. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine.
No. Sindri's house gonna get fucked.
No, no, no.
It's you! Wait, it's you!
Here! Nice time! Kill some! Where you?
Atreus, watch out!
Where's Father?
Trying to find a way to you! You mind? We're being attacked right now.
This won't stop until I close that realm tear. Atreus, help keep them off me.
Nice. Just killed. That was obviously okay, buddy. Let's go murder them all.
Atreus, come help me with the spell. I'll show you how.
Give me a second, please.
Tell me when!
Lassa.
Lassa. Rifa.
Lassa! Rifa!
Okay, really now, buddy? Kratos is definitely coming. Is it Kratos? I knew it!
Off your back. Help Freya.
He always
I will
comes
draw
with
them to
me. Oh, I love him. So much, my baby. I love Kratos so much. My baby.
Close him in behind!
Die, ho. Fine. What the fuck? I think you mean Zaddy. He's my baby and my Zaddy. It can be both. What's wrong? Yeah, TT, you have to. It's a great game. Honestly. Here? Is he gonna help?
Is it over?
Oh.
No
loser.
thanks to you.
You useless toad.
Where is Atreus?
Atreus. Has the runaway returned and brought all this with him?
What do you mean? Where is Atreus? Wait, the realms!
Just hold still.
Are we in separate realms?
I'm fine.
Oh, you're bleeding.
Quit your blubbering.
Are we in separate realms? Oh no, man. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I was scared. Hi,
What
baby.
do I call you?
Atreus. Oh, 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 oh. Love him, Kratos. Give him the love he needs.
Atreus,
Hi, Ninja.
what has happened?
It's all my fault. The Hellwalkers... They're everywhere. Everywhere.
That is not your fault.
Yes, it is. There was a wolf in hell. He was in chains and I set him free. I thought that if...
Garm? Great bleeding fuck, lad. You freed Garm?
Garm? Who freed Garm? That's madness. Surely not you, young one.
If the Hound of Hell is loose, he'll chew through the fabric of the realms. Hellwalkers are just the beginning. What were you thinking?
He didn't know.
This is a fuck up of not insignificant proportions.
What would drive you to such mischief? Is this Loki's doing?
Enough. Leave him.
This is Loki. Exactly, defend him.
Atreus has made a mistake. One that we
We'll fix.
will fix together. Grand. Now, if you don't mind, I'd rather stay here. I've had my fill of
Kratos
visits
is
to
such a good
Helheim.
dad. Oh, baby.
One problem. How much do I have a way back to Alon?
Perhaps the squirrel does.
I need to speak with you at once. At once, I say.
What do you want, bitch?
Gentlemen, I apologize for my brusque tone, but whatever has lately transpired in Helheim is completely unacceptable. I must insist you remedy the situation without further...
We are going.
And do try not to fuck up.
Perhaps
Aren't you
this girl
gonna,
does is great with no
you know,
context, truly.
Reprimand me?
No. I am relieved. You are safe.
Okay. Wow. Maybe I should run away more often.
Atreus.
Kidding. Sorry. So where'd the
Not a
new spear
funny
come
joke.
from?
Brock made it. From Dropnir.
What's that?
A ring.
But what's its story?
I do not know. You were not there to ask.
Oh. I really said I wish you were there in the most Kratos way possible. He can, literally.
Atreus!
Oh, the
He's
Raven.
probably just scared. He was chained up for a really long time. We can't hurt him, okay?
A desperate creature can be the most dangerous.
I know. Come on, we gotta get across before he opens up more realm tears.
Give me a second, bitch. Trey, this is your fault. Remember that part. Where does it go? Around here, okay.
Can your new sphere knock out that piece of the wall?
No, yes, it can. Just give me a second.
Gradual enough.
Fuck, too early. Fuck these ravens, dude. Fuck! It's okay, fair. Yes! Your biggest enemies are the birds. No, but you're right. How do I do this thing? What am I struggling with now? Hi, Mew baby. Yeah, I can't do it. Hi from class. Hi, baby. I love you. Guys, why wouldn't I do it? I forgot how to do it.
Oh, wind powers?
Oh, I had already done it. Oh, okay. Got it.
I wouldn't ask you to free that creature.
What? No. Why?
Are you not working with him?
It's not what you think.
Whatever he promised, he cannot be trusted.
I don't. But he has something I need. It's
What?
hard to explain.
Suspect. Die, ho. I just want to see what that's like. Okay, cool. That's actually kind of sick.
We gotta get up there. But this ice is in the way.
I will handle it.
Do you need more or something?
Still didn't work.
I see that.
Another perspective, maybe. Something you missed?
Oh. Useless. Do I have to do them both at the same time or something? Oh. Got it.
The wind from your wings.
Sure you got all the weak spots?
Die. Sound like fucking zombies from Black Ops. Yeah. Nice. No. Anybody else drop anything? No. Okay. Now I go up. Wee.
Your work for Odin. You said it is hard to explain. Why?
I just need you to trust me. I know I have no right to ask. But can you anyway?
What does he have that you need? Why can
He
you
can't
not
tell
tell
him
me?
that he's dying.
It's complicated. What about you? Why do you have a new weapon? I thought you didn't want war.
I do not. But
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's because Heimdall's gonna kill you, baby. And he wants to kill Heimdall before he ever touches your ass. He's never gonna let anybody touch you. Which I think is so wholesome.
Everyone keeps secrets. Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love. And don't worry about Odin. I'm not going back there.
that is good to hear.
Got him on the defensive, truly.
Realm tear. Garm's been busy. I think I understand how Freya closed one. Keep the enemies away if you can.
I can.
Let me know when you're ready. Bet if we follow those Hellwalkers up there, we find Garm.
Best for multiple enemies. How do I break this? Die, ho. Buddy.
Almost got it.
Yeah, no wonder he's level fucking 5, dude.
That's Tifa. That's Tifa.
I think I pretty much killed them all. Oh great, 2 level 5s. Awesome sauce.
The only one out there. We'll have to keep an eye out for more.
Ah, hell to pay.
Thanks
Get
for
it?
coming back.
Get it? Klaatu
didn't have
Barada
to.
Nick too.
I am your father.
Wait, why does that sound like The
I will
Sims?
always help, as long as I am able.
Well, that's
I
good to
love
hear,
you,
too.
love you, Cora. I
Tell
love
me.
you, baby. Of course.
What were you doing in Asgard?
I was translating things for Odin. There's this mask he found and a magical rift that's connected to it. It's all sorta...
Complicated.
Yeah. But I met people my age there. Made friends. I think we're still friends.
You cannot
Yeah, let's
trust
see
those
about
words,
that.
Odin.
It's not always bad to trust people.
Yes, it is,
compromises
usually with
your
him.
judgment.
Maybe. But I'm tired of feeling alone.
Oh.
Atreus.
Let's just figure out how this gate works. Okay?
Oh, he's trying to tell you you're not alone. Look how that turned out true.
The gear's blocked and the gate is up.
I know. I'm just testing it, God.
What are you thinking?
Maybe we can use many arrows. They can chain elements. Helka! Guess sigil arrows don't work on that. I think we're gonna need more than one sigil.
I know.
We need a way to transfer that freeze ability around the gate. Maybe we can use my new arrows.
I just did.
They can chain elements.
Yeah, but I did.
Helka!
What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Hello? Hello?
Maybe we can use my new arrows. They can chain elements. Helka!
Let's see if that would work. Yeah, that does work. Okay, cool. Faroh. Okay, cool. Like that. You, 2 years and 4 months, baby. God damn.
Yes.
That is long, dude. That is long.
Another! To the left! Break its heart!
Crazy. So I love you insanely so. Hi, Rio. Can you get a shout out for Rio? Hi, Rio. I hope you're well. How are you? It's going amazingly. We're just playing God of War, sucking at it, but doing our best.
Enemies down.
There he is! You see that? He's tearing this whole realm apart.
I know, Atreus, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just trying to, you know, return this quote-unquote doggo back, you know, to his chains, unfortunately, because he apparently ripped the universe into shreds. Who would have thought that a dog could do that? Shocking what dogs are capable of these days. Of course. By the way, are you going to TwitchCon this year?
This is all my fault.
Oh, I can't. Lame. Sug my nuts. Are you going to TwitchCon, Rio? I don't think I'm gonna go this year. Yeah, I'm bringing my date Plum too. That makes sense for you guys.
I see a notch in the pillar here that your spear could probably fit. But we need a better angle.
Yeah. I love that for you guys, though. Y'all make me laugh.
Another one! Left side!
God, get me a break.
Break its arm! On your right!
You're not right now. I'm gonna miss you. Damn, it's just cause like I have to save money, and this year like I've been going every time. It's been getting expensive, truly. I don't know, man. It's just pricey these days.
Target down!
Hi, Quay. Wait, I just said that. I don't know, Ninja. I think I want it to go really badly, but I don't know. It's just really expensive. Like, it's really expensive. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen somebody called Ninja Quay before. It caught me off guard. I was like, hi, Quay. I'm like, what? Wait, what? I was like, no, what the fuck? I don't say that. And also, hi, Lisa.
I do not want you to feel alone.
Yeah.
But your decision to go to Asgard helped me
Thank you for the outfit,
understand.
Lisa.
Odin doesn't want Ragnarok. I know I can't trust him, but I needed his help. I can't let Ragnarok happen either.
Why is that a Trey? Tell him it's because you want to save him. Tell him it's because you love your dad.
I would have helped you.
Yeah, he would have.
I know, but... Wait, he's right here! Okay, okay! It's okay, boy. It's alright. Just calm. Calm. We just wanna...
He's afraid. Called Franco. We just about to call friends to hang out. Please. I don't know. The fear of missing out is really striking me like crazy right now. Like, I don't know. I don't want to miss out about it. Like, I don't know. It's freaking me out. Die. Die! Purr! It's fucking cool.
No, you can squeeze through here.
Look at me getting better at fighting. Who is she? Who is she? She's Faroh. And she's sucking listen to this every time.
If Odin truly wishes to avoid Ragnarok, then we are in agreement.
Yeah? And what's that spear for?
To protect you.
Don't you
Yeah.
have other weapons for that?
Well, not this type. You don't understand what Heimdall is capable of, kiddo.
What are these guys doing here?
They are dead.
Oh, yeah.
They are dead. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna die. Yep. Tree. Her. Anything here? Anything up there? Anything here? Oh, okay. I mean, anytime I see a hole, perhaps treasure. I don't know, I just haven't gotten any artifacts recently. Kinda sus. Oh, great, a boss.
A traveler. I hate fighting
No, that's not a
these guys.
traveler. That's a fucking demon. Hey, bro. Let's go get the health. Can you die? How does it hit me when I'm in a move? Like, that's bullshit. That's ain't bullshit! It's okay. There goes the destructive Volga Zidra. What are you talking about? What is that? Can't aim. Wallahi, I'm trying to be. خيبة خذ أمه. Trey, help me out. Trey, حبيبي ساعدني.
Throw your axe at the glowy thing!
I was gonna shit my pants! That was honestly stressful. That made me sweat. That was actually making my heart race.
Preparing for Ragnarok. And seriously, why the spear? I share.
Kid, you don't understand, okay? I need to save you. Okay? Like, can we agree? خلاص? Shush. It's good. It's good. My God. That was twistful. I didn't like.
It's your turn.
We are not the same. I am the parent.
You're ducking the question.
Is this a sigil arrow situation again?
Elka! Guess sigil arrows don't work on that.
Oh. Oh, okay. I can do it here.
My arrows will stick to the wood up there.
Yeah, I just did that. Trace, thank you. Hello?
Let's go.
That gave me so much anxiety. Oh my God, that gave me so much anxiety. That fight was stressful.
Promise me you won't kill him, okay?
I make no promises, but I will try not to kill the beast.
Okay. That's a start. Okay, Worf. Hi Hassan, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Okay. I need to go to the bathroom really quickly. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quickly. BRB. BRB, BRB. Hi, back. Hi, back. Hello. Howdy, friends. Howdy, Justin. Just in. Justin is just in. Hi, hi. Okay, time to go back to the game. Let's go, gamers. Okay, we're gonna have to fight some assholes over here. Very excited for all that. Yep. You can die, please. Burn, ho. I use all my ults. You see that? My name was just said like 4 times. You are a big deal. You are a big deal. Welcome back, Feet Baby. There's something over there? That looks suspect. I don't know.
No way forward. But looks like there's a notch in the wall.
Yeah. I love you. You make me laugh. Oh my god. Let's go. You make me laugh. Stop. Guys, I don't know if I'm gonna go to like TwitchCon this year unless like I do a fundraiser or something. Because I don't think I can afford that at this current moment in time. I don't know, we'll have to see. But for now, I don't think I'm going. But we shall see as time passes. Where's my sleigh room? Unfortunately, I have removed that for now. I can bring it back though, give me a sec. I did forget to keep that one. I doubt I'd be able to go. Yeah, right? Awooga. I don't know if I can afford it, if I should spend the money. Exactly. Exactly. Let me get back the room. Here we go. The room check is back. Exactly, Lissa. Like, that's what I'm stressed out about.
What is your plan?
I'm sort of making it up as I go. But you're not talking about Garm.
You cannot outsmart.
Plus, I want to bring back like my
It's worked so
12-hour Saturday streams. After all the shows these Saturdays are done, because I can't be doing that right now. Let's meet up in New York for funsies. That would be fun. I wouldn't be against that.
I'm gonna try to tame it.
Plus, if there's Anime NYC, I could probably, like, if I get accepted to that, I could definitely go to New York for a little bit. Plus, TwitchCon tickets being the price that they are is crazy. Hey, buddy.
You're wearing a lot of ice right now.
I think the brand would sponsor you to go. Honestly, guys, I think in the Gremlin Grove, I'm gonna ask you guys how the fuck you email like companies to sponsor you. I'm too scared. Okay, in my entire 2.5 years of streaming on Twitch, I have never emailed a company. I am so scared. I know that's something I should do, right? I understand that, right? 1, I don't know how to do it. 2, I'm scared. 3, I'm scared. 4, I'm scared. Send emails on your behalf. That would be cool. Yeah, but I don't have money to pay somebody like that right now. So I don't know.
Okay. I'll distract Garm. You freeze his chains with your axe so he can't run and latch him onto something.
No, too dangerous.
It's a good plan. Let's move.
Wait.
Okay, we're on full boy mode. Wolf boy mode. You make a great volunteer, Justin. That would be awesome. If you could like DM me, that would be awesome. Oh, he did it? Oh my god, yes. Yes, I would love to ask Chichi how he did it, yeah. What am I doing? I forgot what Atreus said. Bro, can we just... Grab the chain links before Garm can escape. Oh. Yeah, Justin, I would love that. That'd be awesome, actually.
Move!
Oh, Kratos!
Are you okay? We almost...
Your transformation. Did Odin teach you to control it?
No.
No.
We will not rely on what he taught you. Next time, do it my way.
Yes, sir.
He didn't teach it. He didn't learn it from him, baby. He learned it from Angerboda. I like just kicking them off. It makes such light work of them. Oh my god. Just DM me on Discord, Justin. That'd be awesome. I also appreciate the suggestion, even. I love doing that. That's so much easier.
Why didn't that work? You didn't mess up on purpose, did you?
Thrust of 1,000 soldiers. That sounds kinky. Thrust of 1,000 soldiers, it says.
Now, who does not trust?
Sorry, that wasn't fair. I thought it would work.
Patience. We will find a way.
Baby, thrusting and thrusting. Yeah, I was looking into rooms. This is the whole time I'm staying at. They charge €5 for. Oh, shut the fuck up. Nothing will shock me more that one time that like Hassan Abi was like streaming from like an Italian hotel or something, and at the Italian hotel they charged him like 100 or something euros for like a sandwich and the shittiest fucking mozzarella and cheese sandwich. Mozzarella and tomato sandwich. Like, get fucking help. Like, how the fuck dare you fuckers? Like, capitalism is crazy, but it shouldn't be that fucking crazy. What the hell?
Do you see?
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
The solution is not always
Literally. Whack. That's like, first of all, it shouldn't even be €1. That's actually crazy. Water should be free. I'm above you. Look out! Yeah, Justin. Sure, for sure. Or you could just Discord me. Like, use a Discord. Imposter, it says. It says Among Us.
Alka!
Don't touch me. Being able to miss tap water. Literally, actually, though. I need to. You'll need to give me a second. As I collect my thoughts here.
Watch your right!
I'm trying to. Wallahi, I'm trying to. Sometimes I just struggle with switching weapons. Wallahi.
We do this my way now.
I guess your way means...
It means what you think it means.
Can't we try and...
We have the power to limit the harm this creature can cause. We will use it.
Okay.
So many vases left unsmashed. So little time. I am the great looter of Jodelheim. Shattered room 40? Her. Kratos, why, bro? Kratos, you don't have to do that, though. Like, you could be nice to it. Give it like a little cuddle. Graham, I'm sorry. I feel so bad. I don't want to do this. Pussy boy.
We don't have to fight each other.
It is beyond reason, friend.
Fucking eat. Watch out for this cave! This cave's stuck in the ground!
Try freezing you next time. Freeze the chain! Trust me! Quick, grab it!
I'm going. Hi, Sheila, baby.
He's down! Getting up! Look out!
I know, buddy. Thanks. Sheila, sorry. Give me one sec. If anybody's here, if any of my mods are here, please give Sheila a shout out.
Leave us no choice! Aren't you tired of destroying things? Okay, guess I see why they locked him up now.
Do not show mercy.
Bismillah. What the fuck? What the fuck? I was swimming. I was tumbling. How the fuck? How is the fuck? How the fuck if I was twisting and turning? Thank you for the shout out. Hi, Sheila. What the fuck was the point of that? No, wallah, that's a joke.
Aren't you tired of destroying things?
Yeah, aren't you? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
Do not show mercy.
Sorry, baby. I think his breath smells bad? No, I think it smells wonderful. He's adorable. He's missing beam when he's right there. Stupid. Little puppy breath. He just wants me to hug. I don't feel good about this at all. Come here, puppy. Feel the power of hypothermia. This is fun. Hey,
Looks like he's getting ready to attack.
buddy. Sorry, Garm. Garm, I feel so bad, genuinely. baby, you know? Shit. Not in this current moment, obviously. Anybody dropped any health for me? Fuck! I was so close. I was so close. Garm, baby girl. Genuinely, Garm is baby girl. I feel so bad for Garm. He's so baby. He's so fucking baby, man.
Looks like he's getting ready to attack.
Yeah, I can see that, buddy. Yeah, how do I manage that?
Funky leaf.
He's just a little guy, seriously. Hello? I was trying to throw it at him! Fuck! Me. Another one? He's swerving IRL to avoid this guy. Stop, baby, stop! Literally, I think Kratos deserves a vacation at this point. Genuinely, like, I'm so tired of this. This is all Trey's fault anyways. Why do I have to deal with this? Can I just take a chill pill? Like, can we have a... Maybe he just needs a Scooby snack. He just needs a Scooby snack. Ow. How did I manage that? Seriously. Okay, that wasn't my fault. That's just, like, that's part of the story, I think. Adios. How do you live through this, bro? Poor dude, man.
I'm on it.
Is that a chain? Did we just strangle him? No. Did we have to do that?
It is over.
I wish it didn't have to end that way.
No, I wish that too, seriously?
That he's dead.
Sometimes there is no other way.
I know.
Say wallah. We could have given him treats. We could have given him beef jerky. That was too far. Honestly, hearing the pain noises was painful. Honestly, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all, dude. I didn't like that at all.
Can we just go home now?
Honestly,
Yes.
I know. Close my heart to it.
I don't want to close my heart to anything.
Another locked door?
Allah. What is this? Oh, okay. Got it. There he is.
Outcome.
Didn't mean to do all that, but okay.
You have an idea.
I have an idea.
Maybe we can use my sigils to carry the frost to the gear.
Yeah, I know, buddy.
That should do it.
Oh wait, I need.
Come on, the gate's open.
I know.
Before it unfreezes.
What happened to Freya? Freya's chilling with her homies. She just chilling with Tyr.
The gate thawed. Can you freeze it again?
Yeah, I'll do it in a second, buddy.
Thinking.
Okay. Well, can you lift the gate so I can help again? Or I'll just wait here.
Freya and I are not on the date. Time to see that. Yeah, why would you want to be here for this? Oh, I fucked up. Painful.
While you were gone, I sought the Norns. They told me Heimdall intended to kill you in Asgard.
Yeah.
Heimdall? The Norns? I thought you didn't believe in that.
I mean, he'll take anything as long as it, like, he can stop hurting you. Is it still alive? I grieved you, bro!
How?
We gotta go. Come on, through the hole in the floor.
What a hole.
Get back. What do we do?
I do not know.
You don't know?
Do not stop. Run.
Where?
The stairs. Outside. Hurry.
I'm doing something right now. I'm actually just trying to activate it. Are you Jamaican? I didn't know that. No snacks and cuddles. So true, Bedla. I am so tired. This is painful behavior.
The game.
You have to be mad.
To be mad.
You need to be fair.
Switch it! Throw your spear in his leg!
Jump.
Okay, we go. Someone give this dog a treat or like some therapy, methinks is needed. Which way now? Which way, Trey? Okay, this way. It's an awesome boss fight. It is. Don't get me wrong, yes. But like, also, get away from me.
The dead will keep flooding the realms. The realms will collapse.
You must learn to calm your mind.
Maybe I've learned I run better on chaos.
What else did
Me
you
with
learn?
trauma.
We work better when we trust each other.
Deep breaths. Guys, I went to my therapist yesterday and I was like, not my therapist, sorry, my dentist yesterday. And the motherfucker, I was like, oh yeah, like, he's like, what's that? No, the nurse was like, oh, what's that? Turns out I just have a bony growth in my fucking mouth. It's normal for me, apparently. Anyways, I'm like, it's not cancer, right? Because I'm getting anxiety now. And he's like, you have a lot of anxiety. Enjoy life. I'm like, I have anxiety. I can't do that. He's like, yeah, I do too, but I just chill. I'm like, that's like, I literally said this to him. I'm like, that's like telling somebody with depression to just be happy. And then he shut up. And then he was like, well, and then he kept going for a bit. And then I was like, actually, I have OCD, so like I can't just like tell it to stop. He. And then he's like, oh, I mean, I get like very obsessed about my cleaning too. I'm like, that's not the same. He's like, so what are you obsessed with then? Shut the fuck up. I almost punched him in the face. I almost actually punched him in the face. I was like, shut the fuck up.
You good?
Yes. Now we fight.
Get down. Stay down. Oh! Isn't working.
I can see that.
How does he keep coming back?
That is his nature.
We gotta change that. Back! It's like he doesn't have a soul to kill. Wait, I think I can stop him.
Is he gonna give him a giant soul?
I need you to help me get on his back. Trust me, please. I got this.
Got you. He's gonna give him the giant soul.
Don't you want to rest? Shield up!
Yeah, he's gonna give him a giant. He's gonna give him a giant's health. The giant soul. Yeah, he's gonna give him a giant soul. He's gonna put the pebble in him. I love how Kratos just trusted him. Come on, Trey.
Please work, please work, please work! I'm sorry.
When will someone put the pebble in me? So true. We're giving him a soul, a giant soul. What if the boy became the dog? Don't you dare.
What happened?
Sean, don't you dare. Elsa, hi.
We gotta find him. Come on.
Okay. But you want to tell me what is up or what? No.
Well, guess he came this way. Let's find another way up.
What did you do?
At the house. The spell you saw me do when Fenrir died. I didn't know it then. But I accidentally put his soul into my knife. Souls are powerful,
wow.
so I thought maybe Fenrir's could...
Change its nature.
Yeah. Let's see if it took.
When I found you in Midgard, before Freya attacked, you said you needed to protect me. Why?
I saw prophecy.
Yeah.
You were... in my arms.
Yeah.
Dead.
I saw it too. In Jotunheim.
What? You knew? That's why you've been training me so hard.
Yeah, he wants you safe.
You will have to survive without me.
Not gonna happen. I won't let it. I won't.
All journeys come to an end.
Not ours. Not like that.
I hate this because this is so realistic to how my family talks about death to me. They're just like, one day it'll happen. And I'm like, no. Like, no. Like, no. No. Hi, puppy.
You're okay.
So he put Fenrir's soul into it?
Sorry I hurt you. It's over now. I promise. Fen? Are you?
It's Fenrir. Oh, he became Fenrir. He gave him the soul of Fenrir. He became Fenrir. You know the doggo that we had at the beginning? You know the doggo that we had at the beginning that passed?
Boy.
Yeah. I missed you too. Didn't know if that would work.
Because he accidentally put his soul in his dagger. Oh.
We did it.
Hi, Kupo.
Sit.
Sit.
How is this possible?
It's giant magic. I've been learning things.
In Asgard.
No.
This has nothing to do with that.
More secrets.
No. A promise. One that someone's trusting me to keep. Like you kept your promise to Mom?
He's so cute.
See what I can do when you trust me?
He's so cute.
Home.
You can go home now.
It is done. We should inform the others. decide our next move.
So, when the Nords told you Heimdall was gonna try and kill me, that's what your spear's for, isn't it?
It is.
Heimdall's a jerk, but that's not who you are anymore, right? A god killer?
Yes.
You don't want war.
We would be
No,
if it means
But I
saving
will
you.
do what it takes.
How
to
much
keep you
percent
safe.
done am I? I don't know. How to see that? 85% done. %85 is insanely high.
Great, it's open. Maybe we can use the sigils to freeze the gear up there.
What year? I hear a raven. Did you hear that? Oh. I have to do it from the lame.
Alka!
Okay. Yeah, this was all just a tutorial. Ha ha. Don't mess me up. I fucked up.
Father, if you can't trust the fates, why do you care what they say?
When it comes to your life,
Yeah, he
I
cares.
can take no chances.
You see how much he loves you? Trey Trey? Thanks, buddy. Mighty Hralsvelgr, a swallower of the dead, author of the winds, is not the first to claim the title of Hel, nor will she be the last, since the time of the earliest Frost Nine rulers have fulfilled the role, with her tenure having lasted the longest. But when will her dominion end? And will she be supplanted by the force, or abandon her title willingly? The dead watch and wait. I didn't need to do all that. Why'd I do that? That was fucking stupid. Why'd I do that? Idiot. Ooh, vases. More vases. Are there any vases? I'm a vase hunter, see? Okay, Link, shut up. Vases. No! I have to do it again! Lame! Faroh. Not what I wanted to do. Faroh? Are you actually stupid? Like, wallahi, you're stupid. Like, I'm actually amazed. Like, I'm actually stupid sometimes. Wallahi, I'm telling you. What's over there? Of course. Vases. Did I explore everything? gotta make sure. Nope, there are vases. See, you never miss a vase, guys. You can't miss a vase. You can't just be missing vases. Not in today's economy. Hi, Daniel. Welcome in. Hi. Welcome.
The Mystic Gateway got buried.
I have it.
Let's go.
What's wrong?
I have been
Why?
falling back into my old ways.
What's wrong?
Angry. Distrustful. With you. Now and before. I chased you away.
Baby.
Without you, I got reckless. Overconfident. Made stupid mistakes. I don't know why I thought I could do this alone.
My heart.
You were right.
No.
My heart.
On our journey together, you have grown into a warrior worthy of your namesake. I was the one who was not ready.
Yeah.
You don't have to be who you were just because I'm not there.
Correct.
Let's make a promise. I'll listen for your voice in my head when you're not there. To guide me. And you do the same. All right? I need to know you'll be okay without me.
I don't know if you would be though.
Atreus. I am sorry.
Aww. That's really big for Kratos to say. My angel.
Don't be sorry, Father. Be better.
And that's on period.
Let's go home.
Don't be sorry, be better.
Nothing is written. That can't be unwritten. Remember? We shouldn't let prophecy define our choices.
Then we will make our own.
You guys,
destiny.
honestly? What the fuck? No, cause like, what the fuck?
Did you want to take care of anything before going back to Sindri's?
The relationship is everything to me.
First, we retrieve Mimir. Then you can tell us what you learned in Asgard. After that, we shall see.
Makeup.
You really do think of him as a brother. What about Freya? Seems like she moved in while I was away.
Once she turned her hatred back to Odin, she recognized our
Adorable.
interests.
Stop.
Huh. I tried convincing her of that, but...
When was that?
This is her fucking right, Bethel. Like, you don't expect like this fucking game to get you emotional the way that it does, huh? I'm fine. I'm like fine. Hi, Cab. Hi, Kava. I hope you're good. It's not a command. It's a channel point. Redemption. It's like they know about my daddy issues so seriously though. Cause like, what the fuck? Hi, Kava. I love you. No, honestly though. You're so cute. My makeup.
I was that night.
I see.
I love that one. I'm glad.
She didn't kill me.
I said nothing.
I'm glad. I'm sad.
Right! What lean worms have you found for me lately? None!
How's the morning going? Well, the morning was going great until I got emotionally fucked up. But aside from that, I'm feeling great. Feeling great.
You're back.
How are you,
How did
baby?
it go?
Miss you. I
We
love you.
should trouble us no further.
Well, that's a bloody relief. So you put down old Garm, did you?
Yeah, sort of.
Atreus, your decision to go to Asgard after all he's put us through. I'll never understand it. But I hope you at least came back with something we can use.
I hope so too. Come on, let me show you what Odin's up to. Here's what he cares about most. More than Ragnarok or anything. Is this mask. Anyone recognize it?
That thing? Ugh, it's a dead end. He's been faffing around with that since before I knew him.
But we found it.
To be honest, I thought the Giants were just having a laugh with that one.
So Sindri definitely knows.
Okay, fine. No. You're wrong, Mimir. This
Return the
mask is
head.
wrong. The Giants didn't make it, and only a few of them ever glimpsed it in their visions.
Also, I missed
They
you
never
guys a
knew its
lot.
origin, but some believed it was
Like
a
a
way
lot,
to
a lot.
gaze into the secrets of creation itself.
Is it an oracle?
Much, much more. Imagine becoming one with a source of infinite knowledge. This is why Odin tortured me.
Because he wants infinite knowledge.
So what do you think? Know it?
No. It's one obsession he never saw fit to share with me. But I'll tell you this. Even when Odin speaks the truth, his purpose is false.
Fair.
Either way, it's a mistake to let it distract us. Is Heimdall our focus or not?
We will rewrite our fate another way.
Yeah, Freya. Oh, look at Atreus all
Then I'm going
happy.
back to Vanaheim.
Yeah,
If
how
we're
about
not
you heat
taking
up
the
your
fight to
house?
Odin, I should help my brother stand against him.
We will join her when we can.
Aw. Look at this. Look at them together. Oh, my favorite team. I need her so bad. Get help.
Father, I'm gonna study my notes on the mask. See if I can think of a plan. But if
Okay,
you want to
Trey,
go
Trey.
anywhere, I'm with you.
Okay, Trey, I love you.
I'm really sorry about the way I left. You know I've
Don't
never
you worry, Trey, we love you.
any of you on purpose.
Oh, yeah. Look at it getting upgraded, dude.
Forgive me? Of course, Atreus.
I'm finally level 5 per. Look at that.
While we're clearing the air, I hope that I can be forgiven for not doing more when the Hellwalkers attack. Whatever reservations I have about certainly not among dead abominations. Yet I reached for a shield instead of a sword. You were right to chide me for that, old friend. The next time the moment calls me, I'll be ready.
Well said, Tyr. I believe you just might.
Need something special?
Perhaps, babes. Oh yeah.
Good fit.
Yeah, I don't have enough per. I see that for me. I don't have any money. I can't make my resurrection stone. Nor. This is very bad. This is very bad. What's the issue? What is highlighting it?
What'll it be?
Brother, before we check on Freya, is there any unfinished business in other realms you wanted to take care of?
Yeah, I want to go to
I'm sure
the.
the lad would love to help.
Yeah, I want to go to the Ravens first, please. My good sir.
Hey, wait. We're with you.
I love him. I love Trey so bad it's actually painful. It's actually exhausting how much I love him. Or the Raven Tree. I've killed a mad amount of these.
Mimir, what else do you know of the mask?
Only that it was the great passion of Odin's life. He journeyed across Aegir's burning ocean into the heart of the silent matron herself to find it. Lost every man in his crew, but to hear him tell it, it was worth all that blood and more.
His crew! You guys, it's worth the crew. Okay.
We are of one mind, united by pain, longing for a world.
I can open it? Shut the fuck up.
Our life.
Oh, that fucks. I can't do this one. I need 10 more. And for this one, I need...
An acolyte of Odin's.
20 more.
Very secretive. Trusted with his dirtiest deeds. Never met her myself.
I've unlocked so many. I'm so proud of myself, you guys. Holy shit. No, really. We be out here killing ravens, dude. We out here. We out here, dude. Let's see how far I am into the game. I'm 70% with all the goals. I don't have many trophies. For sure. I don't have any gold ones. That sucks. I want the gold ones. Fuck. Okay, let's do this. I already... The Crucible. Let's do that one.
Now, let's see which armpit of Muspelheim that seed leads to, huh?
The Crucible.
Mimir.
Side quest!
Odin's mask. How do you hear about it in the first place?
He said
Genuinely
a voice
fucking no
spoke
idea.
to him one night, entreated him to collect the mask and control his own fate. I still think it's all a bunch of bollocks.
If anybody's
Odin
watching
got drunk,
and hasn't
convinced
followed,
himself a wooden
feel
mask
free to follow.
would solve all his
That'd be
problems,
kinda cool.
and pranced about the realms until he found a
Trying to get to
sufficiently
7K.
mysterious bauble
What
to
am I
fit the
streaming
bill.
on? So I'm playing this game on
Probably
PlayStation.
doesn't do
But
anything
I'm
at
streaming
all.
on a computer.
Yeah, probably.
Hi, welcome. On my PlayStation? No, I'm
Feels
streaming
like I
from
was
my
just
PC,
here.
but I'm using a
Something
game
Odin put
capture
you
for
up to?
my
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Company's better this time, though.
Here to get rowdy, huh? Figured you wouldn't be able to turn down having another crack.
Pretty sure that's Ash Pedal.
What is that sound? Who's talking?
Father, the sword. Just like when we visited so many winters ago.
Do I have to like defeat people?
Any of these challengers catch your eye?
Defeat all enemies?
Here they come!
When I get home, I'm gonna start my first stream when I'm halfway. Okay. Also, there are challenges now. I can do them all within the time limit. The challenge is to kill them within the time limit to do the rune. That's actually sick. Who am I killing? Who?
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
Behind you! Incoming! You're on fire!
Yes, I know. I'm just trying to do something really quickly. I'm gonna die. That is a sick runic attack. Are you shitting my dick? That is sick.
Incoming! Right side!
Look at my die. Yeah, I died. And I don't have a resurrection stone. Thank you for the follow. Big sword, seriously, yeah. It's over. It's Jover. Guys, we just hit 420 followers. I just want you to laugh at that.
Any of these
How long
challenges
have I been
catch
streaming?
your
2 years
eye?
and a half.
Which challenge do you want to try?
Avoid taking damage? No way.
Here we go.
Ranger on the left!
Yeah, I can't do all that. Yeah, you guys are gonna die from this. Look how cool this is.
Right side! Incoming!
What the fuck? Red shields use axe. Blue shields use blades. Yeah, I know. Hi, Hobbit. If I finish the alphabet, they get lost at sea. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Now for 6,900. Yes! Let's aim for 6,900.
Fancy a warm-up before
Any
making
advice
your
to
choice.
first-time streamers? Just have fun, honestly. Genuinely, just have fun. Yeah, baby.
Fire from above!
Where's the bitch?
Felt that one, brother.
Let's go. What a sick sick runic attack that is. Like, you can't be fucking real.
Behind you! Incoming!
Neutral. Get fucked.
Behind you! Watch out!
Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck. What's that timer? The timer is there for this fucking stupid quest that I'm doing right now. The timer is just there for the quest right now, Whack. Oh, fuck me. Fuck.
Behind you, brother!
Come here, buddy.
Behind you! Look out!
Funky knee!
Scared. Come on, buddy. 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Last one!
I failed. Just by a second, I failed. Just by a second. I play a bunch of games. Sorry, give me a second. I can't really answer a lot of questions when I'm doing these boss fights. It's kind of hard for me. That's kind of ass. I had like 2 seconds. That's fucking bullshit. Redo. Do better. Yeah, fuck you.
Here they come!
Out go!
Gotta get a lead with these fuckers. They're easy.
Out go!
Yes, there we go.
Fire from above!
Nice. Runic for you fuckers. Then back to axe. Back to fire.
These things smell awful.
Yep, we know.
Behind you, brother!
Come here, buddy. Come on. Die, ho.
It's back!
Where is it?
Yeah! Stay
Where's the
quiet!
time?
Alka!
Left side!
Die! One more. Two more.
Alka!
Last one. Fuck yeah! What's a feral coin? It's essentially the stream's
Look,
currency,
there's a
essentially.
chest.
That's all it is. Hi, you are. Welcome in. Just clenching my butt cheeks. We did it! Fuck yeah!
That was fun. This place is pretty big, though. I wonder if there are other arenas.
Yeah, I'm sure there are, baby. Ooh, that ruins my luck pretty bad. It's okay. Fuck my luck. Glad I could help you once again. Yeah. Yeah, let's call it that. Yeah. Okay, next arena. I think that was one of the runes. Love the enthusiasm, bestie. Habibi, how you are? Now try to hit the hit. No, no thanks. No thanks. I fail. I will fail that one. Yeah, I know my limits, okay? You just do random titles? Okay. You're pissing me off now, honestly. It's giving self promo. Okay, thank God. Throw orbs into the realm, tear to close it before time runs out. Okay, let's try this one.
They come.
It's giving self promo, right? They rapidly regenerate, so I have to lead them into the...
Gotta knock it down!
Am I supposed to, like, fuck it? I mean, not fuck it, obviously. How do you stun something? I'm trying to push you into the pit, personally. Did it fall?
On your left!
Gotta lead you into the pit, baby. Into the pit you go. Ooh. Yes, silence the people, just the annoying ones. You gotta admit, it was giving self-promo. Where are the enemies? Where are my enemies? Oh. Hi, enemy. Come here, buddy. Come on, buddy. Go over there. Why won't he move? Low key, high key, yeah, right? Can you go into the fire?
More Droga! Left side!
Y'all just wanna go in there? Yay, one fell. If I whack it enough, it'll go, you know?
Left flank!
Perk. When in doubt, push them into a pit. As I like to say. Fuck! I was doing great too, pushing them in the pit. I was doing great pushing them into the pit, personally speaking. Push them into the pit. We pushed them into the pit. Push them into the pit. Where you at, Buster?
Behind you, brother!
Where you at?
Get
Into the
down
pit.
there and fight us!
Where?
Behind you!
Into the pit.
Behind you, brother!
Bro, can you fall? Freeze, get off it.
Behind you! Poison!
Idiots. Behind me where?
Alka!
Another Droger to the left!
Behind you!
Please don't touch me. Yeah.
Down!
Danger on the left!
Lol.
Behind you! Watch out!
Why? I'm trying, brother.
Behind you, brother!
Is there any health? In the hole. Can I not direct the type in a certain way? Fuck! Yeah, fuck. It's okay. It's okay. I really need a resurrection stone, methinks. Let's try the other one then. This one seems hard.
Which challenge will it be today?
Yeah, let's try this one today.
Interesting. Looks like you need to toss those soul orbs into the void.
Oh, got it.
Here it comes!
Watch it!
What in the mythical shit is going on? Truly don't know. Okay, stop, Faroh. I had the orb, no?
Behind you, watch out!
Is the ball dude? No, he's the god of war. I can't do this on time. Even though I missed. Bro, can you not touch me? Fucking toad. Bitch ass toad. Stretch out again! Right now we're doing like a little trial thing, unfortunately. That's kicking my ass hole. Sorry, Ninja, sorry. Did I scare you with my scream? Look like a bitch? Well, he's actually Loki, the god, but okay, thanks.
It begins.
Elka.
Interesting. Looks like you need to toss those soul orbs into the void.
Yep.
Left flank.
Can somebody ban this guy? He's pissing me off. Fucking annoying.
Break his guard!
You know that's not going to work, brother.
Alright. Who's this fucking loser? What an annoying... What is happening today with all these fucking annoying fuckers? Like, get a life. Holy shit.
There! That did
I got all of them, but I couldn't do it in time. Weak ass powers, me. Fucking play the game then. Why the fuck are you here? Why are you watching somebody who plays the game? Get fucked.
This could get hairy.
Fucking loser.
Jump up!
So sick of annoying people, my god. Oh, I forgot what the purpose of this was, right? It's to lead them into the ring, right? That one just fell in his dismay. Garuni? Yeah, I'm gonna die anyways, it's okay. Oh my god, annoying. Can I just die right now? Can you kill me? Just like, I can't be bothered right now.
Target down!
Come in, Jamie. Can I, like, push you there?
Behind you!
Yeah, I figured. I was doing well, though. Let's retry. My god, these trials are annoying! Axe heavy attacks are great jugglers, you think? Yeah, I guess, truly.
Right side! Incoming! Hey! Get down from there and fight us!
Fall, bitch.
Behind you!
Go! Oh my god, you're annoying. so right, Fred. Fred, you're so right! Oh my god, you're so smart!
Behind you!
Touch me, bitch. Can you not touch me right now? Like, I'm not in the mood! Can you fucking go as well? Bitch. I'm getting annoyed and couldn't bear. No, don't worry, baby. Don't worry. Can I not equip this right now? Yeah. No, I don't want that one. Yep. Yeah, there you go, buddy.
From above! My God!
Oh, fucking A. This is a cheat, honestly. Come here, buddy. Yeah, baby.
Hey, hurry up! Left flank!
Need help? Sorry. Not what I intended to do, actually.
Right side, brother!
Yes, bitch. You know, we been knew what that was. Oh, bitch. Really? Go! Twist. Where'd it go? Come here, bitch. Come here. Where did Homegirl go? Go! Her. I don't know why the vote one isn't working. It should be working. I don't know why it's not, actually. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. I was in my shit. Here, it should work now. Sorry. Oh, boy. We did it. Oh, boy. Well, that was tasteful.
Aren't you gonna open the chest?
Where's the chest?
Aren't you gonna open the chest?
Wallahi, I'm going. If I find it, يعني. Oh, okay, here it is. Please continue. Dude, wallahi, that was hard. Wallahi, that was so hard. But we've gotten like some weird trolls today. It was like really annoying. Hi, Gran. Welcome in. First a self-promoer. And then a fucking idiot who is coming to watch God of War and then shits on God of War. طب get help. Wallahi, get help. Like, ahlif billah, get help. And there's also me. Hi. Rack, please. You could never be a problem. Honestly, your humor gives me like the joy of life sometimes. I'm like, wow. They're so funny. No, because it's just like annoying. Khalas. Like, I'm sick of this shit. Like, khalas. I've been streaming for too long to like at this point give a fuck. Give a fuck. Get fucked. Thank you. Can go, yeah, it was just like, what are you streaming from? Oh, I can't wait to go home until I go stream. Like, Kill the elite while keeping the population under the limit. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, no, I'm gonna do population control.
Let us begin.
I don't really know what that means, though.
Right side! Incoming!
Did I fuck up?
Behind you, father!
You're the elite.
Nasty head! You alright, brother?
Behind you!
Now that's population control right here.
Right flank!
Dude, I need health.
Behind! Left flank!
How do I know who's the elite type? Fuck. Tab, how do I know who's the elite? How do I know who's the elite? Like, how am I supposed to know? I don't know. It says know the elite. Like, keep the elite alive. Kill the elite. It was him? Oh, okay. He's the elite. Oh. Oh, okay. Fritz, I appreciate your help.
Let's do this!
Real. So great. I don't know if I said hi. I'm pretty sure I did, but I just want to say hi again. I don't want to kill the homie. This guy seems like he's different colored. So. Well, I don't mean it like that. I mean he's just like he's like a red lizard. Come here, big boy.
Still standing, yeah?
Behind you, watch out!
Get fucked.
Right side, brother!
Try again.
Oh wait, so I have to kill others as I kill him. Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So I was really close that first time then, eh? Oh, purr. Hi, Moon. Hi, Moon, baby. I hope you're well.
I'm ready.
Big Matt. Big Matt team.
Watch your left!
Well, I'm keeping the population under control, alright? Oh, big boss.
Let's go!
Impressive!
Target down!
Behind you! Watch your left!
So he's almost dead. Yeah, Yeah, it's done. That was easy. That was the easiest one by far. Oh my god. You think I am obsessed? Aw, baby, I love you. I hope you like it if you get it. You're so cute. Please save up more so for your education, baby. You deserve more.
Still haven't fully explored this
And your
place.
dental, actually.
There could be one more arena.
But where's the chest type? Oh, did I do the chest? Am I stupid? Oh, I think I might be. Oh. This is the OG fit from the other game. Wait, there's another one? I have to do both? Wait, I have to do both? Is this a sick joke? I have to keep them out of the ring? Or keep them in the ring?
Behind you, brother!
Get out of the ring, bitch.
Right side!
Get out!
Watch out!
I failed. Did I fail? Prepare for the next wave. What wave? Oh, now the ring is here. I didn't fail? Wow. I'm scared.
Behind you!
No, not behind me. Get fucked. There. We have to go to that one too! Ow. Oh, that's OP as fuck. Get out! Can't let the bar load? What do you mean the bar load?
On your left!
That's what you mean. Okay, got you.
Right side, brother!
Out, get out!
Behind you! Watch out!
Oh no. Oh no. Ow! Oh, I'm stressed. Oh, let's go, Triper. Oh, at this rate, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. You need to get the fuck out. Stop. Fuck. Fuck! God damn it, dude. I failed. That was twistful. Genuinely, that was twistful. Try again. Apparently, I have to do both. Apparently, I have to keep everybody out of the thing, out of all the rings, Triper, which is crazy hard. Like, genuinely, that's so hard. Get out. Oh. You are strong. In what way? I gotta limit the amount of red here. I gotta get out, seriously. Have you tried asking him just to not? Literally, I've been. My absolute best, truly. Prepare for the next wave. I'm preparing. Oh. Stop. Hi guys, welcome in. Oh my god. Michelle, welcome in. Kitsu, welcome in. Doc, welcome in. Foster Walrus, welcome in. Oh, the raid message is so cute. Beth, welcome in, baby. Hi, y'all. Rosie, welcome in. Cyberito Melanie, welcome in. Kit, hi, baby. How are you? Olaf, welcome in. Nix, welcome in. Thank you for a shout out for Kitsu. Hi, Kitsu. If you guys don't know me, I'm Farah. I'm a full-time content creator and streamer. I post on YouTube and I stream here 3 times a week. Currently, we're playing God of War and I'm struggling like a motherfucker. But I hope you guys had fun over at Kitsu's over there. And if you guys need to go take a break, please feel free to. Of course, the most important, Kitsu, please feel free to go take a break if you can. If you'd like, go get some food. I'm literally whole ass struggling right now. I'm trying to keep people out of my circles. Okay? And if it goes red, the timer goes like yellow. And I need to finish the challenge in a time zone. And it is very stressful, truly. Like, I'm actually stressed out. Okay, no, go back. Go back! Go back! Get away from me. Ah! Guys, I have been enforcing my personal space. No, please do. Please go have fun with your dogs. Have fun with all your doggos. Oh my god, get the fuck out of my circle. The circles can't go. Personal bomb out!
Behind you! Look out!
Y'all motherfuckers need to learn the value of personal space. Like, fucking Atreus, can you go help me out? Get out of my circle!
Another dogger to the left.
Fucking Draugr, dude. I'm so sick of these fuckers.
Above you, brother!
Above me, eh, best. I don't have time for above me, below me. Fuck if I care. Right now, it's not the fucking purpose. Wallahi, I'm not in the mood. يعني بسم الله. بسم الله يا ابني. والله بسم الله. أنا مش قادرة. Guys, I'm scared. والله I'm scared. What do you think? لا. Please don't. لا, please fuck off. Enjoy the frostbite. Yeah, get fucked.
More Adrian! On the left!
Wallahi, I know! Wallahi, I love the Egyptian accent. I'm glad. At least one of us does. Shit!
Behind you! Look out!
Please, stop! Can you stop focusing on the wrong people right now? So the ring can't be red for this long, dude. Y'all need to get the fuck out of here! Out! Get the fuck out! Oh my god, these fucking bitches! Get out of here, you fucking bitch! Guys, this is stressful.
Covered in bifrost.
I know, thanks. Yeah, I failed. How about that? You know what? Go fuck you and you suck your mom. How about that? Suck your mom. خد يا ابن الكلب. I didn't know I had to do both trials, you guys. No worries, Striper, no worries. Enjoy your lurk and have fun. Have fun. That was so stressful. And for what? I didn't deserve this. Am I supposed to do both? Thank you for the Palestine command. Very important, seriously. Like, I know I can't boycott in terms of streaming, but I can boycott in every other way that I can. So make sure to check out those resources, please, you guys, if you
Why
can.
is it gotta be so friggin' hot here?
My sack thank you, love. I appreciate that. gonna cry. Okay, seriously, this is very like stressful. I am stressed.
Now, what else was there?
Nothing in my opinion. I'm gonna go take a break. Let's do the other one. Anything else for the past few months? No, me same here. Same fucking here, truly. It's been yeah, it's been a tough situation overall. That's very undermining of how painful it actually is, but I just like, you know, I don't want to get into it right now for me, I think. In terms of my situation.
Come on!
Okay, I can't take damage.
Rafa!
Oh, don't be sorry. It's okay. It's not your fault, my love. Like, what are you sorry for? Please.
Funky Lee!
Behind you!
Oh, can't take damage. Can't take damage. I can't take damage. For this challenge, it's no damage Tuesday.
We must learn from this.
Yeah, okay, I failed. I'm giving this about 20 seconds. Fuck you. Okay, because I was doing good. It's just that he like farted on me and then apparently that caused damage. Which is like low-key kind of some bullshit.
Behind you! Watch out!
Again. Have some self-respect. The audacity of you right now. Because I let a man toot on my foot does not matter.
It's gonna blow!
Keep my distance. Nice distance. Nice distance. Yes.
Nightmare on the left.
Right side! Incoming!
Please don't touch me right now.
Gonna blow!
This is stressful. I'm scared.
Above you, father!
Why I'm focusing. He's above me. Fuck! I was so close. That's bullshit. I can relate to how gassy these motherfuckers are. Stop. Stop. Get help. Get help, truly. These trials are hard, dude.
Let us begin.
Behind you, father!
Fuck you and your mom. That's a tough one. Yeah, the range while boarding sucks. Literally, this is ass!
Hope you're ready, brother.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Whatever. Nice. Remember, don't take damage. Yes, I know. Thank you. يلا nightmares. يلا. يلا خر.
Nightmare on the left.
It almost got me there. Holy shit.
Watch out!
you!
I'm scared. Okay, 12. Okay, three more.
Brother, get ready!
Behind!
Come on, Trey. Come on, Trey.
Above you! Watch out!
Brother, get ready!
Okay, got you. Trey is single-handedly dealing with this fucker is so nice. Thanks, Trey. I sweat. I actually sweat. I actually was sweating. Oh my god, I was actually sweating. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was sweating. Oh my god, that was actually like sweat induced. Like, oh my god. Holy, like. What was that? Okay. Okay, we finally cleared the rune from that one. Atreus seems better than Freya. Like, lately, honestly, yeah. Freya's just been pissing me off. She's kind of useless to me these days. Like, Trey, you deal with the bull. I'm not dealing with that one. Like, honest to God. The ring one is stressing me out, though. The ring one is really hard. Drew, baby, welcome in. This one's also really hard.
They don't know what they're in for.
Sure about that? I'm pretty sure I don't know what I'm in for. Where's homeboy?
Interesting. Looks like you need to toss those soul orbs into the void.
Break it through! Behind you!
Get fucked. Even though I technically don't have the time for this, I just want to clear them as fast as possible. So I can get as many orbs as possible.
Go on, brother!
Get off me. I was about to do it. My god. And he just like got in my fucking way, this dickhead. Melanie, I'm stressing out. Drew, honestly, I could be better.
Here we go again.
Absolute dickhead.
Interesting. Looks like you need to toss those soul orbs into the void.
I don't think you.
It's so fast! Use your shield!
Watch it!
Stop focusing. Trey.
Everyone all right? Amir?
PJ. What's left? There's more? Okay, Bubro.
Watch your right!
Not me missing.
Thank you, watch out! Time to move!
Fuck. Oh yeah, well, it's gonna be a fair stream without it, would it? Fuck, I can't aim.
Another Droger to the left!
I can't do this one right now. I'm overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed, dude.
Behind you, brother!
I wish it would add time when we add one, man.
Switching!
I hope your meeting is okay, B. There, stop focusing.
Right side! Incoming!
Fuck, okay. So some of them actually count for more if you fight like a hard one. Okay. But anyways, guys, I'm most likely gonna have to end stream here today because one, I'm overheating and it's hot in this fucking room right now. And two, I'm hungry as shit. And two, I'm hungry as shit. I'll do these trials later, but fuck me, that was hard, dude. That was fucking hard. And for what? And for fucking what? Thank you for streaming. Stop, I don't have a command like that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I had so much fun with you guys. Reminder that this is a boycott week, so make sure to go, you know, support the charities as much as you can. Boycott what you can, please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. For all the resources, here is the command Palestine, Philistine, if you will. Let's use our raid command. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for being here, baby. Okay, let's go find somebody to raid, baby. Who shall we raid? Oh, my fucking hands, my guy. Who shall we raid? Thank you for hanging out with me, you guys. I had so much fun with you today. I had fun. Send your location, come through. Who shall we raid? Shall we pick somebody new? I'm scared to pick somebody new, I can't lie. Let's go to the Free Palestine. I'm sure there's a Free Palestine tag. I'm sure. Let's see. No, I'm too scared. No, guys, I'm actually really scared. What if we don't mesh? Lala, I'm actually scared. What if we do? I just spat. Does anybody have any suggestions? You know who I'm gonna raid? I'm gonna raid Gray. I'm gonna raid Gray. Somebody I trust and love greatly. Gray is playing The Sims. Gray is live, yes. Let's go raid Gray. Okay, you guys. Gray's also made cute graphics for Palestine, and you guys like supporting Palestine, a very huge supporter. So I don't have a poop raid right now. Feel free to make one. But anyways, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon. I have to go get some food, but I will see you guys soon, okay? I love you guys a lot. Bye. I'll see you Thursday morning when I'm in my new stream room. Okay. Bye.